Hi everyone, and welcome back to yet another Essentials tutorial video. Today we'll be going over the Medical HUD as it says in the title and all of its features, the things that it does with the other essential HUDs, and just basically how everything works overall. We're going to start off by going over the note card that comes with the HUD. I will also tell you how to receive this note card and the HUD features as well. So let's just jump right into it. All right, so the note card reads, Welcome to Essentials Medical HUD, where you can add another element of realism to your second life. At any given point in time, you may click the question mark symbol located at the top right of your HUD, followed by clicking Help for a new help note card. So basically what this is, a new help note card. So you are going to just click on this little question mark over here, and it will pop up a menu like this one, only it won't have color on it. So just ignore this button as this video is going on. But yes, so you can set your name. Um, you can hit help, and that's how you get another note card. Photo is gonna pop up a little a little a little menu where you can enter a UUID. Now, UUIDs are located at like the bottom of pictures. I can show you what it would actually look like. So this is just say that this is your texture. The UUID is located over here. You're just gonna click this, and then you would paste it in the little menu that pops up. That's how you receive a UUID. Reset is just to reset your HUD. You don't really need to do that because your HUD doesn't do anything by itself. So it's not like it's operated by you. You'll get notifications every so often, but the notifications don't like are not task driven. So you don't really have to do anything with that. But yeah, so these are the buttons that pop up in the menu. The next category over here says known bugs. So, if there is more than one Essentials HUD user in proximity while trying to scan and impregnate/inseminate, you run a chance of getting all parties using the HUD pregnant. We'll work towards fixing when the opportunity presents itself. Until then, be careful. When I say more than one Essentials HUD user, I'm specifically talking about the menstruation HUD because that's the only HUD that you can get pregnant. This also works for the fertility HUD, which is a male HUD. So let's say that the fertility HUD was trying to get the menstruation HUD pregnant, but there's another user with the menstruation HUD, they might get them pregnant too. Not sure why he's acting like that, but that is something that I'll figure out down the line. Just wanted to let everybody know going into this that sometimes it does do that. Um, I found out myself by accident while testing out one of the HUDs. So yeah, just be careful, okay? We already went over how to set up. That was basically the whole, the photo, UID, all that. Now scroll down supplies. Supplies can be found and purchased on Marketplace or at the Essentials Pharmacy or Enroll store beside the Essentials Medical HUD vendor. All items are no copy, modify, and transfer. Please read the note card provided with the supplies to understand how to use them correctly and efficiently. So we're going to go through the supplies really quickly. So the supplies, when you first get them, they're going to pop up like this. My standard unpacker, but the unpacker says resin open to unpack because all the items are no copy. You cannot copy these items to your inventory. You would have to manually res them like that, and then you're going to right click, open, copy to inventory. It's going to give you this spiel about no copy items. Now everything is in my inventory. This is how it should look. Everything is going to be no copy, but it's transfer and modify. So we're going to go through each group of items. Let me clear my screen really quickly. First things first, I want to go over this note card because that's the most important. So this is what is going to come in the note card. It says, so I just wanted to put this tiny guide in so you don't go sending things to your patients if things aren't set up correctly. You have 10 prescription orders right over here. I'm going to show you what the prescription order looks like. It is not going to look like this by the time the wellness HUD is fully out, but it's gonna have some new prescriptions. But this is basically what the prescription order looks like. Rename with your patient's name to make them more personable and realistic. I would not advise sending them as essentials prescription order 6, but it's absolutely and honestly up to you. It's whatever you want to do. If you want to send it as number 6 because that's what it's titled as, that is your prerogative. But I just wouldn't because I think that that looks a little tacky. But that's just me. It doesn't matter what I think. This is about you. Um, over here, when they click this, they can get a landmark to my store. Um, and what you would do is you'll just click that off. Let's say that your patient comes in and they use the menstruation HUD. You'll give them a pregnant. They're trying to get pregnant or they think they're pregnant. You want them to pick up a pregnancy test. If you don't already have an essentials pharmacy resed out, you'll double click or you'll check off pregnancy test. Or if they're already pregnant, you'll check off iron gummies, folate pills, glucose testing drinks, glucometer, insulin, whatever they might need that matches up with their HUD is what you'll click. So there you go. That's basically how you use the prescription. You'll take it off, rename it or not, and then send it to your patient. It is no copy, so let them know that. All right. So next is the gender reveal envelopes. So the gender reveal envelopes, you have 5 boys, 5 girls. So as I stated with the prescription order titles, same thing as the prescription orders, rename them with the patient's name and remove number as well as deleting the gender label on the card. It will give away the gender if it's a secret, obviously. So you'll just this is what they look like. This is boy. So it's literally already open. So don't hand it like unless they want to know. Tell them, hey, don't put this on unless you want to know what it is. And girl looks the same way. It's just pink, and it says it's a girl. That's all. Something really simple, something cute that I wanted to do. And like I said, you have 5 of each. So if you need to buy new ones, you just head over to the store. The supplies will be next to the vendor and also on Marketplace. So now there's also babies, newborn baby. Now it's just a little baby, just for role play. This is what the baby looks like. It is just a little crusty baby. Okay. Well, actually, honestly, I think the baby's kind of cute. So like, yeah. It's a little crusty baby. It comes with a little hold, so they're able to hold the baby. If you can change you can change the baby's color. So you'll just select face and tint the color. If they're a little bit darker, you can tint them dark. If they're red, you can tint them red. Whatever their parents are, you can use this color wheel and tint the baby whatever you prefer. It's really up to you. The world is your oyster. You can also change the color of the baby, just to make it gender neutral or not, whatever you want to do. I just have them set to pink. I don't know. I like pink, so I just set them to pink. But if you want to set them to whatever color, you can do that as well. And I also have a guide of how to do all that. So name of the baby to change it, color of the baby's skin, color of the blanket, just right click, edit links, select face on the part that you're trying to change colors, texture, color, and then you can use color wheel to change the color of the faces, which is exactly what I just showed you. All right, so that is it for supplies. Now we're going to move on interacting with patients. This is what is going to take up majority of our time. So pregnancy HUD patients. Patients wearing the pregnancy HUD will have 7 different interactions you can partake in. Checkup. Checks the phase of mommy and baby. Gender. Discovers the gender of the baby, but only at 4 months and after. Date. Calculates due date of baby. If you skip phases, due date will no longer be correct. The due date only calculates the initial due date given to the patient. So when the patient first puts on the HUD, you'll have a correct due date, but if they want to fasten the time or slow down the time, like if they want to redo trimester 1 for whatever reason or double up on trimester 2 or whatever the case might be, it will then change the due date, but it won't really reflect that. So it is up to you to just kind of calculate it. This is role play. Honestly, you can put them into labor whenever you feel like it. So it's up to you when you want them to go into labor. But if you want it to be like, natural, just calculate it. if you were to set them to trimester 2, they now have about 4 weeks until they get to the next trimester. So, there it is. It takes a week to get to each trimester. Now, before I kind of continue, I just wanted to let you know that all these interactions are done through this magnifying glass. I'll put on my pregnancy HUD to show you how it would actually look. Okay, so you would click this magnifying glass, then you'll have a menu that pops up with the patient's name. Select an avatar. It's going to say whatever the avatar's name is. And then this is the menu that you'll get. Now, after you click the avatar's name, they have to hit yes or no whether they want you to check it. But over here is all of the interactions that I listed in there. Check up, check the phase of mommy and baby. I'll check I can go ahead and check mine. So I am currently at 4 months, yada yada yada, all that jazz. This is what it says. It basically tells you how the baby's doing, how the mom's doing. Um then over here, you can set the phase. I'm not going to click that because I'm where I want to be. BPM. This is how it would show you my the patient's heart rate is currently 82 beats per minute, and temperature, same thing. You'll go over here, you'll click temp. The patient's temperature is currently at 97.6. I'm doing great. Um, I am not gonna click gender because I don't know the gender of my baby just yet. So yeah, but you know what? I low key want to click it, but I'm not going to. Curiosity kills the cat. Now glucose. I'll show you how that looks once we get to that and how it should actually go. Now, me personally, I don't believe that I have checked my glucose. Like I have never gotten tested for glucose or anything like that. So actually, we'll just go through it really quickly. This feature only works with patients that have gestational diabetes. Patients must use a glucose test to configure if they have gestational diabetes or not. Click this feature before testing will direct you to test the patient. If the patient has already been tested but does not have diabetes, it will inform you. If the patient has diabetes and has been tested, it will give you their glucose level. So I hit glucose. It says I haven't been tested for gestational diabetes because I haven't. Um, let's hope I don't have it. But I have not been tested for it. So this is what it should say. Now, when you do test your patient, after they take the glucose drink, which is in the pharmacy, whether you have the pharmacy rented out in your clinic or if it's just in my specific clinic, then they just have to get that drink and take the test, and then moving forward you'll know. You would have to, like, maybe set up another appointment, or if you want them to do it right then and there, they can do it right then and there in front of you. If they already bought the drink at the pharmacy, or if they can buy it through your clinic on the wall, whatever the case might be, you can do it right then and there. So that's pretty much how it works with the pregnancy HUD. Now, as far as labor, um their water will break, and it will give them instructions. Like I said, you would have to kind of work with them to figure out when their due date is, if you want to set one, if you just want to have it go naturally, whatever the case might be. Make sure that you tell your patients to take off the HUD once they once their water breaks, because you then have 2 hours till they are 10 centimeters dilated. So at that point, that is when you now have to role play it out, them, pushing, whatever you might do, and so on and so forth. And that is how you work the pregnancy HUD. Woohoo! I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the pregnancy HUD, they will get notifications, or like just throughout the pregnancy HUD, once they hit the first, second, and third trimester, like in the beginning of each trimester, they get a notification to go to the hospital. So they should be hitting you up, and you should be on top of whenever they get these notifications, like, okay, we need to schedule your appointment, or however it might be. You might schedule them a different way, but I just want you to know that they will have notifications saying that. Okay. Next is the menstruation HUD. Menstruation menstruation HUD will have two different interactions you can partake in. Inseminate. If the patient is coming to your clinic for artificial insemination, this is the button you will use. It'll only work if they are ovulating or in the luteal phase. This option has a 70-30% chance, or 60-40% chance of working during these phases. It is not a 100% success rate. So 70/30 during ovulation, and during the luteal phase 60/40. 60% it won't work, 40% it will. Ovulating, 70% it will work, 30% it won't. And then the second option is going to be phase. Check the phase of the patient. Follicular phase, patient is on their period. Pre-ovulation phase, patient will be ovulating within the next few days. Ovulation, the patient is ovulating. Luteal, patient is no longer ovulating and is preparing to start their period within the next 2 weeks. All right, so the same way that you interact with the pregnancy HUD is the same way you'll interact with the menstruation HUD. So you'll hit the scan button, you'll click their name. They'll have the option of saying yes or no to grant you permission. And these are the interactions with the menstruation HUD, either inseminate or phase. Inseminate only works, like it says, if they're ovulating or they're in the luteal phase. It will not work if they're on their period, aka their follicular phase. So I'll hit phase. My HUD is currently in the follicular phase, so there's no point of me, even trying to get pregnant. I probably will not. Very, very low chance. Um, but yeah, I am. This HUD says that I'm on my period. I'm not actually on my period, but yeah. This HUD says I'm on my period, so there's no point of the doctor trying to inseminate the user of this HUD, aka me. Moving on to our next HUD, which is our fertility HUD. Patients wearing the fertility HUD will not have a list of interactions, but once they grant permission for you to interact with their HUD after selecting their name in the scan menu, it will tell you if their sperm count is either high, normal, or low. So it's not like how the pregnancy test, I mean not the pregnancy test, the pregnancy HUD and and the menstruation HUD both have a menu that pops up with like different things to do. The fertility HUD, it'll either tell you, like, once you click their name and they say yes, you can interact with their HUD, will either say they have a low, high, or normal sperm count. Nothing more, nothing less. Um, and you can, role play with them as you see fit. You can tell them, uh, as it says, you can advise these patients on what to eat to raise their sperm count or lower it if they'd like to, I suppose. So it's whatever they would like to do. If they have a sperm count that's way too high for their liking, they can get something from the pharmacy that will lower it. I have to put some more items out for them, honestly, but um, yeah, they can get some things from the pharmacy to lower their sperm count. And if they want to make their sperm count higher, they could just get some things to make them higher at the pharmacy as well. Now, the zinc pills are on the prescription. I believe they are on the prescription, and if they're not, they will be added. The zinc pills are one of the items that makes their sperm count go up. So there's that if you wanted. I believe that there is in my pharmacy vendors. I believe I do have the zinc pills there, but if I don't, I'm probably gonna add them when I put out the wellness HUD and drop out new pharmacies and vendors and stuff. Now to the newest HUD, the wellness HUD. Patients wearing the wellness HUD will have four different interactions you can partake in. Temperature, check the temperature of the patient. BPM, check the patient's heartbeat. Checkup, this option will tell you how sick the patient is according to their own HUD meter, as well as what sickness they are currently suffering from. Lastly, cure. This option will only show up when the patient is having symptoms. If you hit this button, it will instantly cure the patient and set them to pristine health, aka fully healed on their HUD. So this HUD, the wellness HUD, there is going to be a video that comes out. So honestly, to understand what all these things mean, more in depth, you can watch that video when it comes out. But I will show you what the buttons will look like for the HUD, so you're not like completely lost in this video. So same thing, you're gonna go ahead and click the scan button. It'll ask them, hey, do you want to let this person play on your HUD? They'll say yes or no. Now, ignore all this stuff over here. It's just like scripting stuff to like announce it. 'Cause it's being scripted right now, so like ignore that. But so you have temperature, checkup, cure, BPM. So I know what I have because I can literally see what my symptoms are. So if I wanted to hit, if as a doctor you wanted to hit checkup, it will say this: I'm severely ill with hiccups. The remedy is water. Also, that's not completely scripted with this, so that's why this is all blanked out. But it's okay. That's pretty much what it will do. Um, Without all the things here, that's what it will do. So that is pretty much it. As far as going through all the HUDs, just make sure that you, if need be, you need to come back to this video, or if you need to come back to this note card, please do that because I know it is a lot to take in. Um, but once you get it, you will not forget it. So good luck, everybody that is using this HUD. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Um, please feel free to ask me whatever you need to ask me. Hit me up. My name is Merciless Mercury on SL. If you need to send a note card to, which I would prefer that you send a note card to Essentials. If you are not in the affiliate Discord, send a note card to Essentials. But if you are in the affiliate Discord, you already know that you can just write in the Discord and I am more likely to get back to you quicker. And if I can't get back to you, another affiliate that is more seasoned than you probably are will help you. I have tons of affiliates so far and I am always looking for more. I am always looking to help people, so don't be shy. I promise you I do not bite. I'm a sweetheart. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this HUD. You have a great rest of your evening, morning, night, whatever it might be for you. And I will see you in the next tutorial because I'm sure I'll make another HUD in the future, maybe next year. Who knows? But bye. Thank you for watching.